Ready? Good, mic's on. Good evening and welcome to the September 3rd Glenville Town Board meeting. All rise for the invocation and pledge allegiance. Please join me. We pray for safety this school year for our children. We pray that you would guide and lead us, that you would give us strength for the day, and we would lead with integrity and humility. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman
Here.
Here.
Here. Here. Well, good evening, everyone. We will now start with our town council reports, and I'll start on my left with Councilman Aragosa.
I have none.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Baloo.
Nothing.
Councilman Ramatar. No. Thank you. We'll now move on to privilege of the floor, and we will open the privilege of the floor. If anyone is wishing to address the privilege of the floor, please come to the podium, state your name, and we'll address you. Anyone wanting to address the privilege of the floor? Anyone wanting to address the privilege of the floor? Seeing none, privilege of the floor is now closed. We will now move to the supervisor's comments. I'll keep my remarks pretty brief this evening. I will highlight some of the things that have taken place and some of the things that are going to be taking place in the town. I'd like to really applaud our events committee for our Thursdays in the Park. Our very own town clerk, Julie Davenport, who chairs that committee. Thank you, Julie, for the fine work. I really count that as a huge success this year. Well attended. Our last event was Police Night. One of our best attended evenings. We had a line out the door. Senator Fahey also came to visit us, and it was just an enjoyable evening by all. What a beautiful park. I want to thank our town workers for doing a phenomenal job at keeping that park so pristine. Vicki, I want to thank you as well. Vicki's here in the audience with us, our Parks Director. Thank you for what you do and the Parks Planning Commission. We appreciate all the fine work that they do to keep our park moving in a good direction. Our police officers, thank you for your efforts and the work that you do to keep us safe as well. We appreciate that very much. Also, last night, our DPW was hard at work in the middle of the night, and I really want to thank our DPW workers who get called out, on a moment's notice. They were on a water break right on Route 50. They evaluated the situation, had people up and running within, a few hours, I would say, for a substantial break. Everybody was pretty much back online, I think, by 3 a.m. is what I heard. So I want to thank our town workers for just an exceptionally good job under extreme circumstances. So thank you for what they do. Councilman, and anybody who is out there listening, you are all invited to the 9/11 ceremony that will take place at Max 410s at 5 p.m. So come on out to that ceremony. And again, I know that always draws a large crowd as we remember the events that took place, and we just honor those who have lost their lives as well. Oktoberfest, believe it or not, is coming up. So Oktoberfest is coming up September 27th from noon to 9 p.m. Put that on your calendar. Always an amazing event. that happens right here in the town of Glenville. Bless you, Councilman. Trunk or treat is also coming up. I'll point that one out. Our PBA does an exceptional job at organizing that trunk or treat, which happens right up at Indian Meadows, and that is going to be October 25th. Sorry about that. Saturday, October 25th, and we'll be talking more about that. That's all I have this evening. So from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you. Very good. So that's all I have for this evening for my reports. We will now move on to the normal agenda for the evening, and we'll move to number 7, a public hearing. So I will open the public hearing. It is a public hearing for all individuals wishing to be heard for the local law amending Chapter 255 with respect to restricting parking and lowering the speed limit in certain areas in the town related to environmental matters and concerns required by seeker in the town of Glenville and the town code. I'll just add a little bit on this. So this is really restricting parking right here at our municipal center for overnight parking, also at our senior center, and then at Indian Meadows as well, where the charging stations are, and down Jason Morris Way to the bottom of the hill where the facilities are, where the bathrooms are and things of that nature, to stop congestion on the entry point. Also, the speed limit. The speed limit will be on Holt Road, right there where we have the elementary school. So from Sagamdogga Road down to Swaggertown is where we're going to lower the speed limit. Anybody wishing to be heard at the public hearing? Okay. So the public hearing is now open. Anyone wishing to address the public hearing? Anyone wishing to address on this public hearing? Seeing none? This is concerning this matter. The public hearing is now closed. Ma'am, what is your question? All right. Privilege of the floor. You did miss privilege of the floor. Give me 1 second. Ma'am, we will reopen it. We will move to reopen it. Okay. Do I have a motion to reopen privilege of the floor?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. All in favor? Say
Aye.
Aye. Privilege of the floor is open. You can step up to the podium, give us your name and address, please, and give us your concern, please.
Sure. My name is Linda McAnese. I live at 17 Cortland Drive in Charlton. And my concern is, a couple of days ago at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my son had his bike tires stolen by a group of kids on bikes that apparently have been terrorizing Route 50 for a couple of months now. I posted on Facebook, and I got hundreds and hundreds of people telling me different stories, how they've been in Target, and the kids were riding their bikes in Target, and they knocked their daughter was in a carriage, and she got knocked over. Another woman said her daughter was accosted by these kids. They are children, I understand that, but there has to be something. You can't just let them run crazy, going to all the businesses, harassing every business, and nobody could do anything. That doesn't make sense to me, honestly. And then when I reported it to the police, they told me it was a civil affair. It's not a civil affair, it's a criminal affair. They did change their minds and change the classification, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why children, and they're children because they're 13, 14, 15 years old, are just allowed in this area to just run ragged and terrorize the neighborhood. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And I would really appreciate this being paid attention to before it becomes a problem that you can't take care of, because that's what happens. They're like a little gang in the making. Apparently, I've found a lot of information. They're from Schenectady, and they hang out with older gang members. And this is what's happening. So they're introducing them to come into this area. I don't think any of us want that kind of garbage in our area. You know, as far as, it's just horrible. It doesn't even make sense. You know, they're not doing anything constructive. And nobody seems, and I understand because they're kids, that probably police are limited what they can do. But it seems to me businesses should get together maybe and do something, Or the police, maybe it's not a police matter, maybe it's a kids matter, maybe there's people in the police department that deal with children. Those people need to come out and talk to these kids. When the police were called initially by McDonald's because there was some kind of whatever McDonald's felt was going on outside, none of the kids' names the police didn't even ask for the kids' names. When my son reported what happened to him, the police again didn't even ask for his name. That makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense. So I'm very disappointed in how this whole thing was handled, and I'm really disappointed that a town like Glenville, which is a really nice place to live, we all say, is becoming not so much a nice place to live. And I think that something really needs to be done soon, like I said, before you can't do anything. Because once they infiltrate and they figure out how to work around everything, they're here for good. You know what I mean? So that's what I have to say tonight.
Thank you, Dan, for your statement.
Okay.
Appreciate that. Is there anyone else wishing to address the further deal? State your name, full name, and address, please.
Connor McCallan, and I live at 133 Saratoga Road. So yesterday, the town bought a police drone. I'm not going to ask anyone to unbuy that, but there have been a number of states that have police drones and basically no rules on how they are to be used. Given that we have one now, I feel it would be prudent for the town to establish some number of rules on how they are to use. At a minimum, that there be some way for people to know what they're allowed to use it for, where the data collected is going, where it's being stored, is it being protected, how is it being protected. Even for something undercover, I feel like at the very least a judge should know these things. Because that's a drone, I looked it up, that's a drone that was designed for the Ukrainian war zone with a camera with a 35 times zoom. I kind of want to know if that thing is looking at me, I kind of want to know about it. Because that could be far enough away that we would never know about it. I don't want something intended to be a benefit to public safety to become potentially a threat to public welfare.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to address the further of the board? Anyone else? Anyone else? We'll now close the privilege of the floor. And just so you're aware, we don't have back and forth conversations during the privilege of the floor, okay? I will remark, based on some of your comments, I did have a conversation with the chief of police. What I will tell you is that I think that some of the information that you stated today may not align with what the officer on the scene conveyed to the police chief. I can tell you that we do everything that we can within the law that we have to abide by. Police officers have to abide by the law as well. I'm not going to speak to that level. I'm not a police officer. I am not the chief of police. What I can tell you is that we would love to set up an appointment with you, have a in-depth conversation about the events that took place, let you know what we did within the parameters of the law that day, and how things will continue to be handled. I can assure anybody who's watching, we do have a Class A police force. We have people who handle situations with the utmost professionalism, and I'm very proud of the work that they do. We have a safe community, and we will continue to maintain a safe community. So, again, reach out to us. We'd love to set up an appointment with you. Okay? Okay. Thank you. All right. So we kind of skipped around. We had the public hearing. Now we're going to move to number 8, a resolution adopting the local law amending chapter 255 with respect to the restrictions of parking or the speed limit. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Is there any discussion?
In my mind, we should be looking at potentially lowering the speed limit in our neighborhoods as well. This is a good start, but, around the school, it's great that we're doing that, but I think, you may want to look at down the road, reducing speed limits in our neighborhoods, our cul-de-sacs, thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any further discussion? I'll just add to this that these are recommendations that come from our Traffic Safety Committee, and these are brought to our attention, and I do agree, as things are brought forward, we will take a look at them and identify if they are true safety concerns within our community. Is there any further discussion? Will clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Rutherford?
Yes.
Councilman Louis?
Yes.
Councilman Mendoza?
Yes.
Councilman Bishop?
Yes. On to 9, resolution authorizing the chief of police to purchase 3 Motorola L5M mobile LPR systems at a cost of $45,138.08. This is awarded on a New York State DCJS grant. I'm happy to say. Do I have a motion to move this?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Is there any discussion? Seeing no discussion, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Rutherford?
Yes.
Councilman Louis?
Yes.
Councilman Mendoza?
Yes.
Councilman Bishop?
Yes. On to 10, a resolution consenting and authorizing the acting supervisor to execute and deliver the revised amendments to the Glenville Hill Fire Company Certificate of Incorporation. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. This, we had passed some time ago. There were just some minor modifications to this. This is allowing Glenville Hill, for the sake of clarity here, to become a 501c3. So is there any further discussion?
Yeah, just to clarify a little bit, the Department of State, the Secretary of State's office decided that they wanted some other changes to their certificate of incorporation that have nothing to do with what we approved before. But since they have to make other changes, we have to re-sign the consent.
Thank you, Council. Any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Rutherford?
Yes.
Councilman Louis?
Yes.
Councilman Mendoza?
Yes.
Councilman Bishop?
Yes. On to 11, resolution authorizing an amendment to the 2025 capital budget. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
And do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Is there any discussion?
This is just to adjust the budget to the appropriate line items, acting supervisor.
Thank you, Councilman. Any further discussion?
So this is accepting the first of the settlements from the PFA.
Yes. Yes, Councilman. This is,
It's the sort of budget accounting version of that.
yeah, so
it's-
it's accepting the funds and then transferring them into the appropriate capital project for the water plant upgrades. This
And
is
this
the
is the-
second, this is the second
This is the
award
second
from,
one.
this is the second award from the settlement.
Okay, and we're expecting more.
We are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Rutherford?
Yes.
Councilman Louis?
Yes.
Councilman Mendoza?
Yes.
Councilman Bishop?
Yes, on to number 12. This is a resolution authorizing the acting supervisor to execute the amended school resource officer SRO with the town and the Scotia Glenville School District. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Just as you stated, this is a renewal of the agreement between the town of Glenville and Scotia Glenville Central School District.
Thank you, Councilman. Is there any further discussion? I'll just add to this that we have had an SRO in that position for a while. There is a new SRO there, Officer Paluba, and looking forward to what he's going to do and the way he's going to interact with students this year. Very excited about this. I think that this is just another example of our commitment to providing a safe community. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Rutherford.
Yes.
Councilman Dean.
Yes.
Councilman Wilson.
Yes.
Councilman Tucker.
Yes, on to 13, a resolution approving the minutes of the regular town board meeting held on August 20th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
This is a resolution accepting the minutes provided to us by Julie via email. Thank you, Julie, for your work.
Thank you, Julie. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilman Rutherford.
Yes.
Councilman Dean.
Yes.
Councilman Wilson.
Yes.
Councilman Tucker.
Yes. On to 14, new business. I'll start on my left with Councilman Aragosa.
I have none.
Councilman Galuli,
Nothing tonight.
Councilman Revka, and I have nothing. We'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.